Even though we're not on campus right now, the important research work of our faculty continues as we apply for grants, test theories, and publish papers. Our researchers are leaders in their fields, facing the world's most urgent problems head-on, with a cross-disciplinary approach and innovative solutions. In just the first 6 months of this year, we received $32.2 million in competitive research awards, an increase of nearly 24% over this time last year. This year, our campus was chosen by the U.S. Department of Energy to host a National Lab Day. The two-day event last October brought together representatives from the 17 Department of Energy national labs and more than 450 researchers exploring the critical scientific challenges of our time, including renewable technologies, astrophysics, water management, and materials manufacturing. While it was exciting to host, more importantly, the event opened doors to promising new partnerships with Oak Ridge National Lab on automotive research, with Idaho National Lab to repurpose nuclear reactors for hydrogen production, and with others as well. Dr. Michael Weintraub is working on a major initiative called the Terrestrial Aquatic Interface, led by Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. Let's learn more.
We are uniquely positioned to study the connections between the land and the lake. So the Maumee River is the biggest watershed feeding the Great Lakes, which is collectively the world's biggest freshwater system. Biggest watershed feeding the biggest freshwater system in the world, you can bet that this is a really important spot. We have a lot of fertilizer and other agricultural runoff that influences Lake Erie, causes harmful algal blooms, the famous Toledo water crisis of August 2014. There's this really dynamic exchange of materials across this interface from the land into the lake, the so-called terrestrial aquatic interface. We're seeing attention on this at the national scale. Myself and others at the University of Toledo are in the process of developing collaborations with the National Lab System, which is governed by the Department of Energy, to expand our studies of natural processes and human impacts across this so-called land-lake or terrestrial aquatic interface. And we are in the process of developing a joint proposal with the national labs for funding by the Department of Energy that would bring resources from outside to help us understand some of the issues that are driving water quality impacts in the western basin of Lake Erie and beyond, and would also provide opportunities for UT researchers to collaborate at the national labs. It would be a large-scale, exciting new initiative that would, be on par with some of the biggest research initiatives that are ongoing at UT.
We are continuing U Toledo's expertise in creating the next generation of solar technologies. One of the largest grants awarded this year went to Dr. Randy Ellingson and his team. The $7.4 million award from the U.S. Air Force supports work to enhance the reliability and efficiency of lightweight solar power to improve the safety and effectiveness of Department of Defense missions. And U Toledo physicists have had great success drawing record levels of power from the same amount of sunlight using a breakthrough technique. Dr. Yanfa Yan is currently leading $5.7 million in projects with the U.S. Department of Energy that collaborate with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and First Solar. In a field where every fraction counts, his efforts have increased the efficiency of the new solar cell to about 23%, compared to the 18% currently available on the market. A new book by a U Toledo law professor is timely in a presidential election year. In his book, Originalism's Promise, a natural law account of the American Constitution, Lee Strang provides an argument for how Americans should interpret the Constitution. In times like these, the efforts of our researchers working to protect public health are critical. Dr. Stephen Suchek and Dr. Catherine Wall are collaborating on a $2.3 million NIH-funded project to create a synthetic vaccine against a deadly antibiotic-resistant bacterial infection. And our faculty are serving as mentors to aspiring scholars like Alex Rake, a public health major and honors college student. Alex's work with immunologist Dr. Heather Conti has contributed extensively to research on campus and in the pages of academic journals. Alex has also published research on wealth inequality and its effects on healthcare with Dr. Timothy Jordan. And congratulations to Dr. Amanda Bryant Friedrich, Professor of Medicinal and Biological Chemistry and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies, who is among the 443 scientists to be newly elected Fellows of the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences, the world's largest general scientific society. 6 current and former Toledo faculty members have now been elected AAAS Fellows.